All right, let's dive into something that might just blow your mind. It's called the illusion of transparency. Sounds intriguing, right? Imagine you're in a crowded room, maybe at work, a party, or somewhere important. You're nervous. Your palms are sweaty, heart pounding. Maybe you even feel a little shaky. In that moment, you believe everyone around you can see exactly how you're feeling, like you're an open book. They can see your nervousness. They know you're struggling. You feel exposed, like your inner world is laid bare for everyone to witness. But here's the shocking truth. They can't. In fact, most of the time, people have no idea what's going on inside your head. This powerful illusion, this lie your mind tells you, is called the illusion of transparency. It tricks you into thinking that your emotions are written all over your face, when in reality they're not. You're living inside your own personal movie, but the audience isn't watching as closely as you think. Picture this. You've got an important presentation at work. You're standing there, heart racing, palms sweating, voice just a touch shaky. Inside, you're a storm of nerves. You think everyone can see it. You imagine them whispering to each other, noticing every crack in your confidence. But what if I told you they probably don't even realize it? To them, you look perfectly fine. Maybe a little serious or focused, but certainly not the hot mess you feel like inside. That's the illusion of transparency in action. It's like you're trapped in a glass box, convinced everyone can see through it. But to the outside world, the glass is more like a mirror, reflecting back their own thoughts, their own worries, their own insecurities. While you're convinced they're staring at your flaws, they're too busy wondering if you've noticed their flaws. Now, let's turn up the intensity. Imagine this. You're at a social gathering, trying to make small talk, but you're feeling awkward. You say something you think sounds off, and instantly you feel a flush of embarrassment rise up. You think, they know I'm uncomfortable. I'm blowing it. They can see right through me. But here's the thing. They don't. To them, you're just another person in the room, chatting like everyone else. They're not scrutinizing your every word. They're probably not even thinking about you half as much as you think they are. That's the magic of the illusion. It's a chess trick. Your mind is playing you. Want another powerful example? Picture yourself in a meeting or on a date, and suddenly you feel a surge of emotion. Maybe you're embarrassed, or maybe you just made a small mistake. You think, oh no, it's obvious. They can feel how nervous I am. I'm transparent. But here's where the real drama kicks in. You aren't. People can't feel your emotions like you think they can. They're stuck in their own heads, probably thinking about how they're coming across to you. It's like everyone is living in their own personal reality, convinced they're the center of attention, when really, no one is paying as much attention as we think. Here's an even bigger twist. This illusion of transparency doesn't just happen with negative emotions. Imagine you're excited, passionate about something. Maybe you're delivering a speech about a cause you deeply care about. You think your enthusiasm is lighting up the room, that everyone can see and feel the fire inside you. But sometimes they don't feel it as intensely as you do. You're radiating energy inside, but maybe to the outside world it's just a flicker. The illusion cuts both ways. The emotions you think are so obvious to others, they're just not. And it gets even more intense. Let's say you're feeling guilty or ashamed about something, like you made a mistake. You're convinced it's written all over your face, like a giant neon sign. You feel vulnerable, like everyone can sense your guilt. But the truth? They're not detectives. They're not picking up on your inner world. The illusion of transparency makes you believe you're under a spotlight, when really you're standing in the shadows. It's the same when we're lying or hiding something. You might be telling a little white lie or keeping something to yourself. You're convinced that everyone can see through you, that they can detect every little twitch, every micro expression. But they can't. You feel exposed. But the reality is that you're still covered. Your brain is cranking up the drama, making you think you're an open book, when really you're a mystery. So what's really going on? The illusion of transparency is born from our overfocus on ourselves. We live in our own heads, consumed by our thoughts, feelings, and worries. We assume that since we're so aware of them, others must be too. But here's the kicker. Everyone else is stuck in their own heads too. They're not laser focused on you. They're focused on themselves. They're too busy worrying about their own transparency to notice yours. Now, let's get even deeper. This illusion is so powerful because it taps into our deepest fears. The fear of being judged, the fear of being exposed, the fear that everyone will see the real us. But once you realize that this fear is built on an illusion, it's like a weight lifting off your shoulders. You understand that people aren't as tuned into your emotions as you think. You realize that the storm raging inside you is invisible to everyone else. Take control. Next time you're in a situation where you feel nervous, embarrassed, or vulnerable, remind yourself that the spotlight isn't on you. Your emotions aren't as obvious as you think. You're not a glass house. In fact, most people are so wrapped up in their own lives that they barely notice what's going on with you. It's freeing, isn't it? Remember this. The illusion of transparency is just that. An illusion. It's a trick your mind plays on you, a shadow of reality. And the moment you see it for what it is, you can step out of the shadows, knowing that you're more mysterious, more hidden, and more powerful than you ever realized. Everyone's walking around, convinced they're transparent, when really we're all just reflections of our own thoughts.